Victor Wembanyama made his debut last night against the Dallas Mavericks. We weren't quite sure what to expect. We did try to speculate what he would put up. The over-under was 17.5 points. And we thought, well, let's look at what the combined numbers would be if you had points, rebounds, and blocked shots. And I think the numbers that we came up with were, I was probably around 36 points last night. And let me see, I had 34 as a total. I had 17, 12, and 5 blocks. Seton had a total of 32. Marv had 36. Fritzy had 26. Paulie had 25. The final count for Victor Wembanyama with points, rebounds, and blocked shots?
21.
Well, congratulations, Paul.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I didn't want to win it.
No. I thought he was going to put up better numbers, bigger numbers. He got into foul trouble. But, overall, you're just sort of looking at how does he, move up and down the floor? How are they using him? He's 19, and he made some mistakes that 19, 20, 21, 22-year-olds make. And you're going to make hustle mistakes. I'm okay with that. It's what do you learn? And you're going to learn from a Hall of Fame coach who's coached big men in David Robinson and Tim Duncan. Now, what are you going to be able to do? What do you add? What do you, when you realize that you've made some silly fouls, you're trying to help everybody out. You got to pick your spots. But overall, I think it was a pretty positive debut. Here is Victor Wembanyama on foul trouble.
It's just, I think this is how I try to play every time I get back on the court. But since I got back for like 30 seconds and most of the times I got subbed in because of my fouls, I couldn't really get comfortable.
And don't go for the pump fake. Yeah, he did. He can block every shot if he wants to. He can get out there to get a shot. But these guys are so much better, bigger, faster, smarter than the players he was playing with and against in Europe. They're going to find out what you will fall for. And he wanted to help out. And it's his first game. He's 19, a lot of pressure. In fact, he even talked about that pressure of trying to be great last night.
Of course, I want to give the best show to the fans, and especially in here, San Antonio, and in France. But it's still my job. I still got responsibilities towards my coach and my teammates. So really, it's not what matters.
And then here's Greg Popovich, Spurs head coach, on Victor's performance.
I think it was great. One of the toughest things for a player is you get into foul trouble and you never get in a rhythm and you're in and out of the game and that sort of thing. So I thought his maturity showed even at a young age where he came in with the last, 7 minutes and just played. We ran some stuff for him. He executed where a lot of guys would have been totally out of it by then because they, as you said, were in foul trouble and didn't get their rhythm. So I thought he had a wonderful outing considering that.
Victor's had 15 points. That's the most by a Spurs rookie in a season opener since Tim Duncan had 15 in his NBA debut in 1997.
Woo! Ow! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! This is the stat of the day!
Stat of the day brought to you by Panini America, the official trading cards of the Dan Patrick Show. Greg Popovich, being Greg Popovich, already in mid-season form when he was asked about Luka's performance.
That was average. What the hell? It was a Hall of Fame performance like he does almost every night. He was great. Kyrie wasn't bad either. So, the two future Hall of Famers got us. They took over the game.
Luka went for 33, 13, and 10. It's just one of the, when you watch, there's nothing that stands out where you go, that was an unbelievable play. I mean, he had a great pass to Kyrie, but for the most part, it's just like, all right, I'm going to punch the time clock. I'll give you 33, 13, and 10. Is that good enough? And we've gotten to that point where we just expect those numbers. You're not surprised with any numbers. Now, when he had that big game, when he had, 60 and 20 rebounds, that caught some people's attention. But you're watching last night, and it was really about Victor Wembanyama and just trying to see. He's not hard to find. You know exactly. If you tune in and say, "Hey, find the interesting guy," you go, "Oh, that guy right there, who's 7'5", going up and down the floor." He's going to make these mistakes, and with Pop, he'll help him. He'll help him as well as any head coach, if not more so, because he's had David Robinson, had Tim Duncan, but he had them when they were 23, 24 years of age. I'd like to know what he's going to look like at the end of the year, and I think that's what's going to be scary. But we were talking about when you're that tall, like Porzingis. Kristaps Porzingis had a wonderful debut for the Celtics. He had 30. And he's around the same height. He's 7'4". But it used to be when you saw a big man, he was always awkward. Kareem was fluid. Kareem was jazz. He was poetry. And he made it look too easy. Most big men had a hard time making it look easy. And Victor Wembanyama has that ability to make it look easy. His shot is beautiful. I mean, that's a legitimate three-point shooter. Plus, he can get to the hoop, and he can block shots. I'm fascinated to see what his evolution, how quickly it's going to happen.